CalendarPad is a Windows-based program for creating online calendars. Calendars you can add to your website by publishing directly using FTP or by publishing the calendar online and then embedding using an iframe. Welcome to the CalendarPad tutorial. In this tutorial, I hope to show you how to add an event to your CalendarPad calendar and to publish the calendar online. So let's begin with a calendar that already has a few events. Yours will look absolutely blank, but we're going to create a calendar for a soccer team. This is just to show you what multiple events will look like. So let's begin by adding events. We have soccer practice, soccer game versus Seahawks, and a game versus Fire. Let's add another soccer practice. Let's make this on Friday. So easiest way to add an event is to select the date that you want to be in by clicking, making sure you're in the right cell, and then click on add event. Now you can change the date after you get the add event screen, but this is easier. I suppose this is the way I'm used to doing it. So let's do another soccer practice. Let's call this a soccer practice. Soccer practice. Penalty kicks. Okay. Bring water and oranges, and we can specify the description, the link to our team website if so we wish, and we can also specify a photo. So I already have a photo in mind, so this is going to be our photo here, and there's just a few other settings such as the font, the pop-up color for when the event there's a pop-up short description that when you hover over the event that pops up. You can change the width and height of the pop-up and other things like that. Now on here, if you want to create, if it's an elaborate event with you can create a custom web page for the event, you would click on the create button here and then specify more details if so you desire. Ours is just a simple description here, so we don't need to have a custom page for it. Alright, so we're done. Basically we need to specify the time, so let's say this is going to be 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. Okay, we want to show the end time, and let's repeat it weekly every Friday for the foreseeable future. It's just say it never ends repeating. Alright, so we have soccer practice that's on penalty kicks, that's every Friday starting July 20th. Now we're almost for now we're finished adding events. Let's go into the format screen, and we want to preview our calendar. Here on the format screen, you can access the format screen by clicking on the format button. You can select the style of the calendar. Let's say like for example, you can have a red calendar. Let's do a preview. This is what a red calendar would look like. Here's a red calendar. Let's say we just like the basic, many styles to choose from, just like the basic black and white calendar. So let's click on that one to select it. Okay, here's your calendar. We can adjust the width of the calendar if you want to make it larger or smaller. But we don't. We're happy with the 800 size. So now what we want to do is maybe take a look at some of the customization you can do. You can add a calendar title. My team calendar. Team calendar. Let's just call it team calendar. You can select the style of the event. You can select the style of the tabs. You can select the icons on the toolbar. You can select the style of the event list. You can select the style of the. You can decide whether to create the year view. You can also create a small calendar. And finally, there's also a scroller. So for now, we're just happy with a basic calendar. We don't want those things. So let's do another preview just to see what the calendar looks like. So here's your calendar. Let's go into July. These are our games. So we have a soccer practice at 6 p.m., a game versus Seahawks, a game versus Fire. This is the new event we added, the soccer practice penalty kicks, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. bring water and oranges. This event repeats into August because we decided to repeat it. Alright, so here's our title that we just added. So we're almost finished. All we need to do now is publish the calendar. Right, we're going to publish the calendar online. There's a few settings you want to set. You want to make sure that the date is the date range of the calendar is what you want. So our calendar is going to begin in January 2008 and end in December 2019. You want to select the option to publish to the internet. For this one, you need to know your FTP password and username. Most likely, you probably won't know that. Typical user will not have information like this, but if you have full control of your website, you might. So this is probably the best, more advanced method. You just need to specify your username and password and the remote path. However, for our example, we're going to be uploading the files directly to calendarpad.com. What we want to do is set calendar name and password. So this is going to be basically the name of the folder in which our calendar is uploaded and a password to protect that folder. Now, since we are going to be embedding the calendar by showing it inside a window on our website, we want to change some settings, such as removing borders from the page automatically to format for embedding. To access more settings, you can just click on the settings link there, and you can set the embedded calendar width and the height, and other options are on here. Now let's come back here. So we're basically ready to publish. If you ever need to upload all files, you can check mark this, but usually the program is smart enough to only upload files that have changed. So we're ready to publish the calendar. So after we publish, it's going to ask us if we'd like to see the calendar. So here's a preview of the calendar. Here's the logo or the title we feed the calendar. Here's our soccer practice. Here's our new event. And as you can see, we repeat it endlessly. It's just going to show up on every Friday. So this is what our calendar looks like. It's live online at this point. You can link to anywhere on the internet by linking to calendar.html. It's if you link to calendar.html, capital C, it will redirect to the current month. So since it's July right now, it redirected to July. So next step for us is to actually show the calendar inside a window. So the way this is done on the internet is with a bit of code called the iframe. And basically iframe will create a window in which another page is loaded. In this case, we want to load the calendar inside that window. So what we want to do is after we publish, we want to click on the Get Embed Code button. This is going to give us the embed code for the calendar. So here's the embed code. Now to show you what it's going to look like inside a page, and delete this for a second. Here's a blank web page that I created called test. There's nothing on here right now other than the title. It just says my cool calendar. Once we paste the embed code, you're going to see the calendar show up. So we paste the embed code. We just need to refresh the window, and here's your calendar. It basically shows up as though it's seamlessly in the same page, and you can see it. You can click around to see all the dates. Now you may want to adjust the width and height as needed. If you have a large calendar with a lot of events, it might be a large, you might want to hard code these numbers here as far as how many pixels. So you might have, for example, 1000 by 2000 pixels wide calendar, right? Here's the year view, here's the list view of our calendar. Right, thank you for watching. Just like to add that this embed code, you can paste it anywhere on the internet. For example, you can paste it on your Wix website, any sort of HTML editor that will let you paste code in there. Even online editors will let you show a iframe window. So this is going to work on Wix, Foursquare, any sort of online website editor will let you paste code. So this is all you need to do, is basically once you publish the calendar, you want to get the embed code and paste it somewhere, either into one of your website pages or into an online editor like Wix. Right, thank you for watching. Finally, you may also be interested in Pin Calendar. Pin Calendar is basically a completely online based version of what CalendarPad does. So depending on your needs, you can use one or the other. So I encourage you to check out both.